A woman's disinterest can turn into desire when your energy changes. Folks, you know how it feels. You like her, you try to talk to her. You put in effort, and she gives you cold replies, polite smiles, or that distant energy that makes you wonder what you did wrong. So you start pushing harder. You text more, you explain more, you try to prove you are worth noticing. But here is the truth, my friend. Most men do not lose her because they are unattractive. They lose her because they show up with nervous energy. They chase before she feels curiosity. They fill silence before she feels tension. They make her the prize before she has done anything to earn that place. That changes today. A woman is not pulled toward the man who begs for attention. She is pulled toward the man who moves with calm, power, direction, mystery, and self-respect. The man who can want her without needing her. The man whose presence feels steady, rare, and quietly magnetic. In this video, you will learn how to shift from chasing to leading, from proving to embodying value, from being ignored to becoming the man she starts wondering about. Not through games, not through manipulation. Through stoic control, masculine presence, and psychology most men never learn. Stay with me, because one shift in your energy can change the way she feels around you. Let's get into it. Number 1. Stop chasing her. Folks, the first thing you need to understand is simple. You cannot create desire by chasing a woman who has not even had time to feel curiosity for you yet. The more you lean in too fast, the more she feels you trying to pull her toward you, and the more her body wants to step back. That is not because she is cruel. That is psychology. A woman is drawn to the man she notices, not the man who keeps trying to convince her to notice him. When you chase, you remove the space where attraction could have grown. You fill every silence. You answer every delay. You explain your intentions before she has even wondered about them. And without realizing it, you turn yourself from a man with presence into a man seeking permission. Let me be clear, my friend. Interest is not the problem. A man should be direct. A man should know what he wants. But interest without control becomes pressure, and pressure kills curiosity. Think about Michael, 48, and Olivia, 43, in Dallas. Michael is a good man. Stable career, recently divorced, getting back into dating after years of being out of the game. He meets Olivia at a wine tasting. She is attractive, calm, feminine, and just guarded enough to make him curious. The first conversation feels good. She laughs. She holds eye contact. She gives him her number. But the next day, Michael starts chasing. He texts in the morning, then again in the afternoon. When she replies with a short answer, he sends a longer message to keep the conversation alive. When she takes a few hours to respond, he starts wondering if he did something wrong. So he explains himself more. He tries harder. He becomes more available. And slowly, Olivia pulls back. Now here is the painful truth. Olivia did not pull back because Michael had no value. She pulled back because his energy changed. At first he felt like a grounded man. Then he became a man trying to secure her attention before she had invested in him. That shift is everything. Now picture Daniel, 56, and Sarah, 49, in Denver. Daniel meets Sarah at a charity event. He likes her, but he does not rush. He gives her attention, then lets the moment breathe. He asks good questions, listens, smiles, and then returns to his own rhythm. He does not hover. He does not chase her around the room. He does not act like her attention is oxygen. And what happens? Sarah starts noticing him more. She asks follow-up questions. She looks for him later. She feels his calm. Why? Because Daniel is not trying to drag attraction out of her. He is letting her feel it. That is masculine presence. When you stop chasing, she has room to wonder. She starts asking herself, why is he not pushing like other men? What else does he have going on? Why does his attention feel calm instead of hungry? That curiosity is the beginning of attraction. It feels clean, steady, and strong because it comes from a man who is not begging to be chosen. So stop sending extra messages to fill silence. Stop explaining your value. Stop trying to make a cold woman warm through effort. Step back. Return to your purpose. Let your energy become steady, not thirsty. A Stoic man does not chase attention. He carries himself in a way that makes attention come toward him. If you are ready to stop chasing and move with calm power, write this in the comments: I choose calm. Stay with me because the next part shows how silence can pull her in stronger than any message ever could. Number 2. Let silence pull. Folks, silence is where weak men panic and grounded men become powerful. Most men cannot handle quiet energy from a woman. The moment she replies slower, pauses longer, or seems less available, they feel danger. Their chest tightens. Their mind starts racing. Then they do the exact thing that kills attraction. They try to fill the space. They send another text. They explain what they meant. They ask if everything is okay. They joke too hard. They push for a reaction. And with every extra word they show her one thing clearly: silence controls them. Let me be clear, my friend. Silence is not the enemy. Silence is leverage. Silence is the open space where curiosity starts breathing. When you are not afraid of silence, you become different from the men who constantly chase, explain, and prove. You show her that your nervous system does not collapse just because the moment gets quiet. That kind of calm pulls. Women can feel when a man is uncomfortable with stillness. They feel it in his timing, his tone, his rushed messages, his nervous energy. A man who cannot sit with silence often feels emotionally unsafe, not because he is dangerous, but because he is unstable. His mood depends on her response. His confidence depends on her attention. His peace depends on whether she gives him warmth. That is too much pressure. But when you allow silence to exist, everything changes. She starts wondering, why is he not rushing? Why is he not chasing? Why does he seem so calm? What does he have going on? That is the beginning of intrigue. And intrigue is one of the strongest roots of attraction. Seneca understood the power of restraint. He said, "Silence is a lesson learned through life's many sufferings." Think about that. Silence is not empty. It is trained strength. It is what a man earns when he has stopped reacting to every emotional impulse. It is what remains when fear no longer controls his mouth or his phone. Marcus Aurelius gave another lesson that fits perfectly here. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Apply that directly. Do not text from anxiety. Do not speak from insecurity. Do not reach out just because you are afraid she is slipping away. If your words come from panic, they will carry panic, and she will feel it. Real silence is not manipulation. That matters. Some men hear this and think they should ignore her to make her chase. That is childish. Silence is not a cheap trick. Silence is alignment. It means you are grounded enough not to force the moment. You can enjoy her without needing to control her. You can want her without begging her to respond. You can feel uncertainty without letting uncertainty command your behavior. That is masculine discipline. When she sends a short reply, breathe before you answer. When the conversation slows, let it slow. When she pulls back, do not run after her emotional shadow. Stay centered. Return to your work. Train your body. Handle your responsibilities. Keep your world moving. The man who has a life does not need to fill every quiet space with desperation. And here is the deeper truth. Silence pulls because it gives her room to feel. If you crowd her with constant words, she cannot wander. If you chase every pause, she cannot miss your presence. If you explain every feeling, she has nothing left to discover. Let silence do what words cannot. Let it create space. Let it reveal your control. Let it show her that you are not moved by every shift in her attention. If you are ready to stop fearing silence and start using it with calm strength, write this in the comments: I hold ground. Stay with me because the next part shows why becoming rare makes your presence feel valuable in a way chasing never could. Number 3. Become rare fast. Folks, a woman does not become deeply curious about a man who feels available to everyone. She becomes curious about the man whose energy feels selective. Not cold, not arrogant, not fake busy, selective. Let me be clear, my friend. Becoming rare does not mean disappearing to manipulate her. It does not mean acting uninterested when you are interested. That is weak behavior dressed up as strategy. Real rarity comes from having a life that does not stop just because a beautiful woman gives you attention. Most men do the opposite. The moment she smiles, replies, or shows a little warmth, they start giving too much time, too much texting, too much emotional availability, too much eagerness. They flood her with attention before she has even had the chance to wonder about them. And when a woman no longer has to wonder, desire starts losing its heat. A rare man creates space for curiosity. Think about James, 55, and Michelle, 51, in Colorado Springs. James is a contractor, divorced, steady, and at a point in life where he values peace more than approval. At a family barbecue, he meets Michelle. She is warm, feminine, attractive, and used to men either trying too hard or acting like boys who never learned emotional control. James does not chase her around the party. He does not hover. He does not keep trying to restart the conversation every time it naturally pauses. He talks with her, listens well, gives her real attention, then returns to his own rhythm. He laughs with old friends. He checks on the grill. He speaks to her brother about a project. He is present, but he is not orbiting her. And that is exactly why Michelle notices him. Her eyes start following him when he is not looking. She wonders what makes him so calm. She notices that he does not need her reaction to feel solid. He gives her enough warmth to feel seen, but not so much that his interest feels cheap. That balance creates tension. Not loud tension, quiet tension. The kind that sits under the surface and makes a woman lean in without fully knowing why. That is what rare energy does. A rare man has commitments. He has work. He has routines. He has standards. He has hobbies, friends, health, purpose, and private goals. He does not bend his entire world because one woman enters the room. And when she feels that she understands something without you needing to say it, access to you means something. This is where attraction changes. When your time has value, she treats it differently. When your attention is not automatic, she becomes more intentional. When your presence is not sitting there waiting to be consumed, she starts feeling the pull to earn more of it. Do not confuse this with being unavailable. A man who is truly rare can still be warm. He can still be direct. He can still show interest. But his interest is controlled. He does not spill it everywhere. He does not give boyfriend energy to a woman who has given casual effort. He does not confuse attraction with permission to abandon himself. That is the mistake most men make. They think desire grows when they give more. But often desire grows when a woman feels that your energy is valuable enough to be approached with care. So become rare fast by returning to your own life. Keep your schedule. Keep your discipline. Keep your center. Let her feel that you choose, not chase, that you want but do not need, that you are available to the right woman but never easily owned. If you are ready to make your presence valuable, write this in the comments: I choose value. Stay tuned, because the next part shows how mystery makes you irresistible without acting cold or playing childish games. Number 4. Stay mysterious. Folks, the fourth shift is this: do not give her the entire map to your world too soon. Most men ruin attraction the moment they feel a woman showing interest. She smiles. She asks one personal question. She gives a little warmth, and suddenly he opens the floodgates. He tells her everything: his past, his heartbreak, his fears, his schedule, his plans, his wounds, his opinions, his emotions, his insecurities. He thinks he is creating closeness, but what he is really doing is removing curiosity. Let me be clear, my friend. Mystery is not about being cold. It is not about acting distant. It is not about playing childish games or pretending you do not care. Real mystery is restraint. It is the discipline to reveal yourself slowly, naturally, and with intention. A woman is drawn to the man who has depth she can feel but not fully consume in one sitting. She wants to sense there is more to you, more story, more strength, more discipline, more desire, more inner world. But if you hand her every piece of yourself immediately, her imagination has nowhere to go. And female attraction needs imagination. When a woman cannot fully figure you out, her mind stays active. She wonders what you think. She wonders what you do when you are not around. She wonders what kind of life built that calm in you. That curiosity keeps her emotionally engaged. And emotional engagement is where desire begins to grow. Marcus Aurelius said the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. A man who thinks with control speaks with control. A man who is ruled by impulse spills everything. A Stoic man does not expose his entire inner world just because he feels a little chemistry. He allows his presence to unfold through action timing, silence, and steady behavior. That is what makes him hard to forget. Now understand the balance. If you are too closed, she feels rejected. If you reveal too much, she feels overwhelmed. The sweet spot is warmth with restraint. You give her something real, then you let it breathe. You share a story, but you do not turn the moment into therapy. You answer her question, but you do not dump your whole emotional history on the table. You let her discover you in layers. A mysterious man gives glimpses, not confessions. If she asks about your past, answer honestly but keep your dignity. If she asks what you want, speak clearly, but do not beg to be chosen. If she asks about your life, let her see that you have purpose, standards, and private goals, but do not perform your entire identity for approval. And if you want deeper guidance on masculine mystery, calm presence, attraction, and stoic control, join as a member of this channel. Membership is for men who want to sharpen the way they speak, move, and lead without acting desperate or fake. Remember this: mystery is not hiding, mystery is pacing. It is the quiet confidence of a man who knows that not everyone deserves instant access to every part of him. So, stop oversharing. Stop explaining every feeling. Stop trying to make her understand you all at once. Let her wonder. Let her lean in. Let your depth reveal itself with time. If you are ready to move with intention and keep your masculine mystery, write this in the comments: I move intentionally. Do not go anywhere, because the next part shows why competing for her attention makes you lose the very power that could have made her want you. Number 5. Never compete for her. Folks, the moment you start competing for a woman's attention, you stop being the man she is curious about and become the man trying to be chosen. That shift kills desire fast. Let me be clear. A woman can feel when you are trying to outperform other men. She feels it when you speak louder because another man is talking to her. She feels it when you start showing off because you think she might be impressed by someone else. She feels it when your calm disappears and you become a performer on a stage you were never meant to enter. That is not masculine. That is insecurity wearing cologne. A grounded man does not compete for attention. He commands respect by staying rooted in himself. He does not chase the spotlight. He does not interrupt. He does not compare. He does not try to prove he is better than the other guy in the room. He simply remains centered, and that calmness makes him stand out more than effort ever could. Think about Jason 52 and Brooke 47 at a dinner event in Denver. Brooke is attractive, socially confident, and used to men trying to win her attention. Jason likes her. At first he seems calm, but then Brooke starts laughing with another man across the table. Nothing serious, just conversation. Jason feels threatened, so he starts doing too much. He talks louder. He jumps into the conversation. He tries to be funnier. He starts mentioning his business, his travel, his plans, anything that might pull Brooke's attention back to him. But the more he tries, the less grounded he feels. Brooke notices it immediately. She may not say anything, but her body reads the shift. The man who seemed steady has become reactive. Now compare that with Robert 58 at the same event. Robert notices Brooke talking with others, and he does not flinch. He continues his own conversation. He laughs naturally. He moves with ease. He is friendly when Brooke returns her attention to him, but he does not punish her for being social, and he does not reward his own insecurity by chasing her. That is why Brooke becomes curious. She wonders why Robert is not trying so hard. She wonders why his energy feels settled. She wonders what kind of man can enjoy a woman's attention without needing to own it. That curiosity is more powerful than anything Jason tried to force. Here is the truth, my friend. Attention you fight for loses value. Attention that comes toward you because of your presence feels different. It feels earned. It feels natural. It feels magnetic. When you compete, you silently tell her that the other man has power over your frame. You tell her that her attention can control your behavior. You tell her that you do not trust your own value unless she confirms it in front of other people. That is not attractive. A man with self-respect does not compete. If she wants to talk to someone else, let her. If she enjoys the room, let her. If another man tries to impress her, let him perform. You stay in your lane. You hold your energy. You keep your dignity. If she is the right kind of woman, she will notice the man who does not need to fight for space. This is not about being passive. It is about being unshaken. You can show interest. You can flirt. You can lead. But you do not scramble. You do not audition. You do not turn desire into a contest. Let other men compete. Your power grows when you refuse the game. If you are ready to stop competing and stand in your own value, write this in the comments: I never compete. Stay with me because the next part shows how real confidence is not something you say, it is something she feels in her body. Number 6. Make confidence felt. Folks, confidence is not what you announce. It is what she feels before you ever explain yourself. A lot of men talk about confidence like it is a performance. They think it means bragging, flexing, speaking louder, taking up space, or acting like nothing can touch them. But that is not confidence, my friend. That is insecurity trying to wear a crown. Real confidence is quieter. It lives in how you breathe, how you sit, how you hold eye contact without searching for approval, how you speak without rushing, how you let silence sit without panicking, how you stay steady when she is not giving you constant signals. That is the kind of confidence a woman feels in her body. She may not say this man is grounded. She may not explain it logically, but her nervous system understands. Around a nervous man, she tightens. Around a needy man, she guards herself. Around a man who is trying too hard, she feels pressure. But around a man who is calm, centered, and rooted in himself, something inside her relaxes and wakes up at the same time. That is where attraction becomes physical without being forced. Epictetus said, "Seek not the good in external things, seek it in yourselves." That is the foundation of real confidence. A man who needs her reaction to feel valuable is not confident. He is dependent. A man who needs her smile, her reply, her approval, or her attention to feel steady is not leading himself. He is being led by her mood. A Stoic man does not live like that. He enjoys her attention, but he does not need it to stand tall. He can feel desire, but he does not become desperate. He can be interested, but he does not shrink into a man begging for signs. His confidence comes from within, from discipline, purpose, self-respect, and the quiet knowledge that he is already enough before she chooses him. That kind of energy is rare. Now let us make this practical. Confidence is felt in your pacing. Do not rush every sentence because you are afraid she will lose interest. Speak like your words have weight. Confidence is felt in your posture. Do not fold into yourself like you are apologizing for taking up space. Sit open, relaxed, grounded. Confidence is felt in your eyes. Do not stare like you are trying to dominate her, and do not look away like you are afraid of being seen. Hold steady then, let it go naturally. Confidence is also felt in your emotional control. If she teases you, you do not get defensive. If she disagrees, you do not collapse. If she pulls back slightly, you do not chase. You stay composed. You observe. You respond from your center. That is masculine presence. And here is the truth most men miss. Women do not only listen to what you say, they feel the energy underneath it. You can say the perfect words with nervous energy and they will land weak. You can say something simple with grounded energy and it will stay with her. So stop trying to prove confidence. Build it. Train your body. Keep your word. Handle your responsibilities. Control your impulses. Spend time alone. Develop a life you respect. Confidence is not a trick you use on women. It is the result of becoming a man you trust. When you trust yourself, she feels it. If you are ready to stop performing confidence and start embodying it, write this in the comments: I walk confident. Do not go anywhere, because the next part shows how to make her feel that losing access to you would actually matter. Number 7. Make her fear loss. Folks, a woman starts feeling real desire when she senses that your presence is valuable enough to lose. Not because you threaten to leave, not because you act cold, not because you play games with her emotions. That is weak. I am talking about something deeper. I am talking about the quiet realization that you are not a man who will stay attached to someone who gives little effort, little respect, or little warmth. That realization changes how she feels around you. Most men do the opposite. They like a woman, and they immediately try to prove that they will never leave. They answer fast. They adjust fast. They forgive fast. They make themselves emotionally available before she has invested anything real. In their mind, this feels loyal. In her body, it can feel too easy. And desire does not grow when a woman feels she already has you without effort. Think about Eric, 52, and Joanna, 46, in Scottsdale. Eric met Joanna through mutual friends after being single for almost 3 years. She was attractive, feminine, intelligent, and used to men chasing her attention. At first, Eric carried himself well. He had a business to run, a strong routine, and a calm confidence that made Joanna curious. But once he felt interested, he started bending. If Joanna texted late, he answered. If she cancelled dinner, he instantly offered another night. If she went quiet, he checked in to make sure everything was okay. Slowly, Joanna stopped feeling the need to invest. Why would she? Eric had taught her that access to him was guaranteed. Then Eric made a shift. He stopped over-adjusting. He kept his plans. He stopped responding to low effort with high effort. When Joanna texted last minute, asking if he wanted to come over, he said, "I would like to see you, but I already have plans tonight." Simple, calm, no attitude. That one moment changed the energy. Joanna realized Eric had a life she could not interrupt whenever she felt like it. She realized his attention had structure. She realized if she did not meet him with real effort, she could lose access to his presence. That is the kind of fear, my friend. Not fear that makes her anxious or unsafe. Fear of losing something valuable. Fear of missing out on a man whose energy is calm, masculine, and not easily replaced. A grounded man does not try to convince a woman he is valuable. He lives in a way that makes his value obvious. He keeps his purpose bigger than her attention. He keeps his standards stronger than his attraction. He can want her, enjoy her, and desire her, but he does not abandon himself to keep her close. That is what creates quiet pull. When she feels that you are fine with or without her, she starts taking you more seriously. When she sees that your world keeps moving, she wonders where she fits. When she understands that your attention is real but not guaranteed, her investment changes. This is not manipulation. This is self-respect. Do not threaten to walk away. Just be willing to. Do not announce your value. Demonstrate it. Do not chase her into choosing you. Become the kind of man she knows she would be foolish to take lightly. That is how you make her fear loss. You become valuable enough to miss and disciplined enough not to beg. If you are ready to become the man she knows she could lose, write this in the comments: I choose myself. Stay with me, because the next part shows how to take your power back when her distance starts pulling you off center. Number 8. Take your power back. Folks, the 8th shift is this. Stop making her level of interest the center of your emotional life. This is where many men lose themselves. A woman becomes distant, cold, distracted, or hard to read, and immediately they start trying harder. They send more. They explain more. They become more available. They try to fix her lack of interest by pouring more energy into her. But that is exactly how power leaves your hands and moves into hers. Let me be clear, my friend. Trying harder is not always strength. Sometimes trying harder is fear pretending to be effort. If your extra effort comes from panic, she will feel it. If your attention comes from anxiety, she will feel it. If your kindness is secretly begging for a response, she will feel that too. And when she feels that your emotional state depends on her reaction, desire starts fading. A woman is drawn to a man who is rooted in himself, not a man who changes shape every time her energy shifts, not a man who gets nervous because she takes longer to reply, not a man who turns one cold message into a full identity crisis. A grounded man can notice her distance without handing his peace over to it. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." That line is not just philosophy. It is a direct instruction for attraction, dating, and masculine strength. Her behavior is outside you. Her mood is outside you. Her silence is outside you. Her interest or lack of it is outside you. But your response belongs to you. That is where power comes back. You take your power back when you stop reacting from fear. You take your power back when you stop trying to convince her to feel what she does not feel yet. You take your power back when you stop treating her attention like oxygen and start treating your own center like something sacred. This does not mean becoming cold. Do not misunderstand me. A man who is cold is still controlled, just in a different direction. He is reacting through withdrawal. Real power is not coldness. Real power is calm choice. You can be respectful and still be selective. You can be warm and still be hard to manipulate. You can desire her and still refuse to abandon yourself for her approval. That is the balance most men never learn. When you shift power back to yourself, your entire energy changes. You speak slower. You stop rushing to fill every silence. You stop auditioning for her attention. You stop making her the prize and start remembering that you are also choosing. That shift is felt. Your presence becomes heavier. Your time becomes more valuable. Your attention becomes something she has to rise to meet. And here is the deeper truth. Taking your power back protects you too. Because when your worth does not depend on her interest, rejection stops feeling like destruction. Distance stops feeling like danger. Uncertainty stops controlling your behavior. You become free enough to see the situation clearly. If she is interested, good. You meet her with calm confidence. If she is not, you do not collapse. You keep moving. You keep building. You keep becoming. That is Stoic attraction. Not chasing, not begging, not punishing, just self-command. So take your power back today. Stop performing for her attention. Stop making her mood your master. Stop giving away your center to someone who has not earned that kind of influence over your life. If you are ready to reclaim your masculine center, write this in the comments: I hold power. Stay tuned, because the next part shows how calm masculinity makes her feel pulled toward you without pressure chasing or performance. Number 9. Lead with calm. Folks, calm masculinity is not weakness. It is controlled strength. It is the kind of energy a woman feels before you even say much. And when a woman has been around enough insecure men, dramatic men, loud men, needy men, and men who rush everything, calm becomes rare. Calm becomes attractive. Calm becomes the thing that makes her body relax and her curiosity wake up at the same time. Here is the truth, my friend. Most men lead with urgency. They like a woman, and suddenly their whole energy changes. They talk faster. They laugh louder. They lean in too much. They try to prove they are interesting. They fill every silence. They push too much energy into the room, and then they wonder why she pulls back. She is not always rejecting you. Sometimes her nervous system is rejecting the pressure. Think about Mark 52 and Lena 48 at a friend's birthday dinner in Nashville. Lena is warm, attractive, feminine, and composed. She has been through enough life to recognize chaos quickly. Mark notices her right away, and instead of staying centered, he gets excited. He talks over people. He tells stories too loudly. He keeps trying to make her laugh. He leans closer every time she gives him a little attention. At first, Lena smiles, but slowly her body pulls back. She crosses her arms. Her answers get shorter. Her eyes start looking around the room. Mark thinks he needs to try harder, but trying harder is exactly what is pushing her away. Now imagine a different man in that same room. David, 56, is calm. He notices Lena, but he does not rush toward her like she is the last woman on earth. When he speaks, his voice has weight. When she talks, he listens without interrupting. His eye contact is steady but not hungry. He gives her space, but his presence is clear. He is not passive. He is not shy. He is simply grounded. That is the energy Lena feels. Calm masculinity does not mean doing nothing. It means managing your internal world so well that you do not leak nervous energy all over the interaction. You can lead the conversation without controlling it. You can show desire without becoming desperate. You can be interested without making her responsible for your confidence. That kind of calm has a subtle sexual pull because it feels safe and intense at the same time. A woman feels that you are not there to consume her attention. You are there as a man with direction, control, and presence. She does not feel hunted. She feels invited closer. And that difference matters. When you lead with calm, you let her feminine energy open naturally. You do not force warmth out of her. You create an environment where warmth can rise. You pause before speaking. You breathe slowly. You do not react to every little test. If she teases you, you smile. If she pulls back slightly, you do not panic. If the silence grows, you let it breathe. This is what most men never master. They think masculinity means pushing. But real masculine energy is not frantic. It is steady. It is clean. It is controlled. It gives a woman the feeling that you can handle yourself. And because you can handle yourself, she does not have to protect herself from your neediness. So lead with calm. Let your presence be felt without flooding the room. Let your words be fewer but stronger. Let your attention be warm but not desperate. Let her feel that you are a man who moves from center, not from hunger. If you are ready to lead with calm, masculine strength, write this in the comments: I move calm. Stay with me because the final part shows how to make her want to win a place in your world instead of watching you chase a place in hers. Number 10. Make her win you. Folks, the final shift is this. Stop trying to win a woman who has not shown she is ready to meet your standard. That is where most men lose their power. They see a woman they want, and suddenly their whole energy becomes focused on proving themselves. They try to be impressive. They try to be available. They try to be the funniest, kindest, most understanding man in the room. But here is the truth, my friend. The moment you start trying to win her, you often teach her that she does not have to win you. And that destroys the dynamic. A woman does not feel deep desire for a man who places her above himself before she has earned that place. She may enjoy the attention. She may like the validation. She may even keep him around because it feels good to be wanted. But desire grows differently. Desire grows when she feels she is in the presence of a man with standards, purpose, calm, and options in life. Not because he brags about them, but because his behavior proves them. This is not about making her insecure. This is not about making her chase out of fear. This is not about withholding warmth to gain control. That is childish. A grounded man does not manipulate. He simply lives in a way that makes access to him meaningful. That is what makes her want to win you. When you are calm, selective, and purpose-driven, she begins to feel something most men never create. She feels that being close to you has value. She feels that your attention is not automatic. She feels that your world is not empty, waiting for her to fill it. And because of that, she starts asking herself a quiet question: am I doing enough to stay connected to this man? That question changes everything. Most women have been chased. They have been over-complimented. They have watched men bend too quickly because of beauty, softness, or a little attention. But when she meets a man who does not fold, who does not rush, who does not abandon his center, she feels a different kind of pull. She does not just ask, "Does he like me?" She starts asking, "Does he respect me enough to let me closer?" That is where the power shifts. You do not need to say, "I am high value." You live it. You keep your word. You honor your time. You control your emotions. You do not reward low effort with high access. You do not compete with other men. You do not chase a woman who is not choosing back. You remain warm but firm, open but not desperate, interested but not owned. That is the energy that makes a woman step forward. And understand this clearly. Making her win you does not mean making her work for love like it is a punishment. It means allowing real reciprocity. If you invest, she invests. If you show interest, she shows interest. If you bring presence, she brings openness. A healthy woman respects a man who chooses carefully because it makes his desire feel stronger, cleaner, and more real. A Stoic man does not beg to be wanted. He becomes a man worth choosing, then watches who has the character to choose him properly. So stop auditioning. Stop pleading with your energy. Stop making her the prize while forgetting that you are also deciding. Let her feel that your life has weight. Let her feel that your attention must be met with effort. Let her feel that if she wants a place in your world, she cannot bring confusion, inconsistency, or games. That is how you stop chasing her world and make her want a place in yours. If you are ready to become the man women want to win, write this in the comments. I choose carefully. Folks, today you learned how attraction changes when you stop chasing and start leading yourself. You learned why silence, rarity, mystery, calm, confidence, and self-respect create a different kind of pull. A woman is not drawn to the man who begs for attention. She is drawn to the man who moves with purpose, controls his emotions, and makes his presence feel valuable. That is the Stoic way. You do not force desire. You become the kind of man desire naturally moves toward. If you want deeper lessons on masculine presence, female psychology, attraction, and Stoic self-mastery, join as a member of this channel. That is where serious men go further. And if this video gave you value, subscribe to the channel so you do not miss the next lesson. Thank you for watching, my friend. I appreciate you being here, and I will see you again tomorrow.